Hi everybody, this is Randy from Randy's Crafty Creations, and I want to come to you today with a video showing you our Stampin' Blend markers. Now these became available November 1st, and I apologize that it's taking me until the 7th to get a video to you on the markers. I had a horrible head cold, I was coughing my brains out, and I couldn't talk through a video, so it killed me not to be able to make one for you guys. But anyway, I'm back and I'm ready to make one to explain these. Now, if you have ever worked with alcohol markers, if you've worked with our old Blendabilities, or you've worked with your Spectrum Noirs, or you've worked with your Copics, these work in the same way. They're alcohol-based markers, and they're sold in sets of two, a light color and a darker color, okay? And you use them together to blend, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But let's talk about the markers for a second, all right? The markers have, each one has a brush tip and a bullet point. So here's your brush, okay, and that's for coloring and blending. And then here's your bullet. Come here. They have nice tight caps, and here's your bullet point for your fine work, okay, in your tiny spots. We also have the color lifter. And your color lifter, I'm going to show you how it works because I'm going to color out of the lines for you on one. But your color lifter is going to help move your color back into your picture. So if you color out of your lines, you're just going to take your brush tip, or you'll take your bullet point, okay, and you can push the color back in to erase it. You can also use it as a color eraser for highlights. So let me show you, I don't know if you can see it on the brochure, but here, they used it as heavy to erase some of the color. So this is the brochure, and there'll be a link to the PDF for this below this video. There's also wonderful videos through Stampin' Up site to show you how to use these, in addition to the one that I'm going to show you today. All right. There's also the Color Me Happy kit, which is very color friendly. So that is available as well. We have some wonderful stamp sets in the annual catalog that would be great to color. We have Feathery Friends, which is a hostess set, but look at all that area to color in. Birthday Blossoms. To color and highlight this with these alcoholic markers, my goodness, this is beautiful, okay? You've got this. Look at that flower to be able to color and highlight. There's so many other stamp sets in our catalog, our annual catalog, our holiday catalog, that would be wonderful to use with our Stampin' Blends. I, however, am going to use Beautiful You for ours today in just a moment when I show you how to color, okay? Or show you how I color. So back to your Stampin' Blends. Your Stampin' Blends come in sets of two. They come in a light and a dark of the combo, all right? We're going to color today with the light pumpkin pie and the, excuse me, and the dark pumpkin pie. We're also going to be using the light pool party, but I have the dark pool party out as well. All right. We also have our color lifter. They also include, if you buy the sets, you can buy the individual colors as a combo pack or separately, or you could buy them all. If you buy them all, it's $120-$150, and it includes the ivory, which is a skin tone, the bronze, which is your darker skin tone, okay, and the color lifter. My suggestion would be to get the set. Okay, Stampin' Up also recommends that you store them laying flat. Okay, so I am storing them laying flat. My customers that know me, and I know them, so I know the question that they're going to answer is, what's the difference between storing them flat and storing them upright? So I'm going to tell you, I bought two sets. One set I'm storing flat, and one set I'm storing upright, and I will keep you posted if there's any difference in the way they perform based on the way they're stored. I can't tell you when, because I don't know if there's going to be a difference or how soon that difference will happen, but I will keep you posted on it. Okay? So for people that have used Copics or Spectrum Noirs in the past, and you've used your Copic paper, okay, this is how the colors look on your Copic paper. I did that. But I also did it on our Whisper White, because you can totally use our Whisper White cardstock to get these nice blends. And I'm going to color today for you on Whisper White to show you. But I just wanted to show you that the colors are pretty true on both the Copic paper and the Whisper White. And that's why I wanted to show you that. Because again, I know my customers, and that was one of the questions that they were going to have. Okay? I just want to show you a couple things that I've colored, just to show you how nice that they blend. All right? And I just did basic coloring. I didn't do a lot of shading in those. All right, I did this one, and I stamped, and I added a little Wink of Stella in here. I did shade this one quite a bit in the skirt because I wanted the skirt darker and the center a little bit lighter. And I don't know if you can see or not how it just blends seamlessly. I just love these pens. This is one that my 13-year-old did. She did a really good job blending with that. And here's one she wanted to copy me and do darker up here and lighter down there, and I think she did a really good job with those. And then here's a finished card that I made when I got my blends. We were able to order these early and play with them, which I really like. And you can see I was a little bit darker here in the folds for clothes and then a little bit lighter. So I just wanted to show you those. All right, what I did at a recent craft fair to play with all the colors and make my own swatches, because this Beautiful You set is my favorite. I said that when it first came out, is I went ahead and I did Beautiful You color swatches, okay? All my water is done in the pool party, but this is the Daffodil Delight, Bermuda Bay, Old Olive, Calypso Coral, Pumpkin Pie, Smoky Slate, Pool Party, Crumb Cake, Pink Pirouette, Cherry Cobbler, Rich Razzleberry, and Night of Navy. And remember, there is a dark and a light for each one of those. All right, so let me go ahead and let me move this stuff off my table. Whenever you're working with alcoholic markers, you want to use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Okay, we sell that as well, but you want to use that because that is going to not run when you color with your alcohol inks, and make it so that you can go ahead and totally blend. All right. So let me go ahead and open that up because I'm using my bigger stamp, and I will drop the stamp while inking and make a mess. I'm going to ink it upside down. Okay, whoops, that was great. Come on. All right, put that aside. All right, let's go ahead and stamp her. Bam. I'm going to push down a little bit. I want to make sure I get a nice imprint. All right, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm just going to let her dry for a second while I clean off my stamp. All right, and like I said, I'm going to do the pumpkin pie is how I'm going to do her. She's almost dry. All right, I'm going to do the pumpkin pie for her. And it looks like everything's just about dry but her legs, so I'll go ahead and start. All right, you can start either by adding color, adding the light color first. So let me do that for the hat. Make sure you can see. Sorry, I'm sitting down so I can color. So I'm going to add the light pumpkin pie in her hat. Okay, so I'm going to add that in first. Then I'm going to go back. I also like that they're rectangular, so they don't roll. When you put them down, you put them down. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight back here because my light source, I'm imagining, is coming from this direction, since that's the way she's kicking into the sun. Right? So do you see where I just darkened that up a little bit? So now, in the way that I've learned to use alcoholic markers, now I'm going to go ahead and pull the color from back here and blend it out in circles because I want a seamless blend. I don't want to necessarily be able to see where those highlighted lines were. Sorry, am I in the view? Again, I'm sitting down, so I apologize if I take something out of the camera view. I will look up and try to put it back in. So I'm going to go a little bit darker again because I like the nice stark blend. I like it darker on the one side. And I'm just going to pull it out here, but not go all the way to the tip so that it looks like the sun is on the top of her hat. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on her skirt. So that's coloring if you like to lay some color down first and then blend on top. I like to go darker first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the creases in her shirt, her waist, the folds in her skirt, anything that I think will be dark based on where the light's coming from. Okay, and I don't want it to be, I don't want stark hard lines, but I do want you to see a difference underneath her hair would be a little bit darker too. All right, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to get my lighter one. And again, I'm using the brush tip. I'm going to go in and get my lighter one. And I'm going to start with circles. And I'm going to blend together. You do not need to push down on these tips. You do not need to push down on these brush tips. All right, just go ahead and move your ink. You can go in circles. See, in some areas I'm going straight, where I want more blending, where I want less blending. It's all up to you. Now, the beauty of the alcohol inks is that you can always go back. So once this sets up, if I don't like the way it's set up, or if I want to add some darker areas, make some areas lighter, I can always go back and it will reactivate the ink. Okay. So I'm going to pull some of that forward, pull some of that in. All right, now, I don't know if you saw, I went just a little bit out of the line down here. I'm going to get my color lifter, and I'm going to use my bullet point, and I am just going to push that up, and it's going to blend it back into her skirt, which is kind of nice. All right, so I want to make these areas just a little bit darker. You always want to recap these because you don't want them to dry. So I'm just going to go ahead and make that darker right here on the top, because I'm imagining it's darker at her waist. Okay. And then once again, I'm going to grab my lighter one and I'm going to pull it forward. And I'm not going to pull it down as far as I did the last time because I want these other areas in here to remain lighter. I just want some nice, I don't know if you can see that, some nice blending of color. So when you're looking at her from a distance, she appears to have light and dark shades. I love coloring with alcohol ink markers. When I started with Stampin' Up, we didn't have them, and I was coloring with our Stampin' Right markers, which I love, but I love a seamless color blend. And when I started selling Stampin' Up, I went all Stampin' Up all the time. And so I'm really happy to have these back so that I can color again. For the water, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go over ever so lightly with my light pool party. Okay, I'm going to go around my water down here at the bottom. I'm going to pull it out some, and then I'm going to take my color lifter. Okay, and I'm going to dilute it some because I want to make my water even lighter. So I'm just going to color over it, and it's going to really lighten that color up. Okay, so now you look at these two and you're saying, skin tones, that looks really weird. I promise you, once you put it on paper, it looks good. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to use the ivory on her. And if I were doing a face, I would add a little bit of pink pirouette in there for some cheek color. Nice. That's what the ivory looks like. And then let me pull my swatches back out. So that's what the ivory looks like. And that's what the bronze looks like. So you can lighten the bronze up if you still want this tone by putting the color lifter on. Totally up to you. But there you go. She's all nice, and you know, we're sitting here and we're talking, and now I'm looking at this and I'm like, you know what? I want this even darker. So let's go ahead and make it a little bit darker. Because you can keep changing your mind. I just want a darker blend. Right up here at the waist. So I'm going to make that darker. And then I'm just going to add some of the lighter tone just to move it around so that it's blended in. But so it's a little bit darker right there. Let me go up here a little bit too. I love our blends. So happy to have these in our collection. Right now these are the only colors available. And again, they are Old Olive, Pink Pirouette, Cherry Cobbler, Rich Razzleberry, Night of Navy, Daffodil Delight, Bermuda Bay, Old Olive, Calypso Coral, Pumpkin Pie, Smoky Slate, Pool Party, and Crumb Cake, along with the ivory, the bronze, and the color lifter. So I will have the all the information linked below. I'll have the brochure linked below. I will have the link to my website linked below if you want to go ahead and purchase these. During the month of November, anybody that makes a purchase of the Blendabilities will receive from me, along with their homemade thank you card, a free gift. So make sure you use the hostess code listed below to be able to qualify that free gift with any order that you place. So again, if you have any questions, you can email me, randycollins.247@gmail.com. You can order off my site, excuse me, at randycollins.stampinup.net. And you can visit my blog to look at my inspiration, or Randy's Crafty Creations on Facebook. So again, this is Randy from Randy's Crafty Creations. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Real quick, one thing I forgot to show you. On the back, you will see that the ink will soak in. Okay, that's normal. That's what it should do to get you that nice blend. Okay, so I just wanted to pop back on here and show that to you. And that's dry. So it's been about an hour since I filmed the video and did all the coloring, and you can see how nice that blend is, and where it's darker here and lighter down here, and you can just see the different shadowing in the color. And that's one of the reasons why I like those markers. So again, I just wanted to pop back on and show that to you. That's normal, that's what you want to see, and that's how you get that nice blend. All right, so again, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.